Okay, Mary Lou, you were launching the Sinn Féin proposals for political reform here today. Can you just give us a brief outline of what some of those were?
Well, I mean, we're all aware that the government is proposing to abolish the Seanad as it currently is, and we're supporting the abolition of the Seanad simply because it's an unequal, elitist, dysfunctional chamber. We're saying very clearly to government that they needn't imagine that they can simply abolish the Seanad and then claim that they've delivered political reform. So our document sets out a whole range of proposals around the election system, how committees operate in the Dáil, the voting age, issues around gender equality. It's a comprehensive piece which sets out our ideas as to how we think that the Dáil and that politics can be reformed. And sometimes I'm conscious that people can see this as kind of a fairly dry, nearly an academic conversation between political anoraks. But you know, political reform really matters for everybody, because as things currently stand, I know that people look at the Dáil, they look at the way government operates, and they feel very distant from it. So we need to fix that. We need to make sure that our institutions are efficient, that they deliver for citizens, and that people have confidence in them. So the proposals are in some cases fairly detailed, but it's our way of forwarding what we believe are progressive ideas into the public debate around political reform. But Enda Kenny and Eamon Gilmore need to understand that it's not just a case of them running their referendum campaign, abolishing the Seanad if the people are agreeable to that, and then claiming that they have been the great political reformers of their generation. That simply won't cut it.
On the issue of Seanad reform, the document doesn't rule out the possibility of a second chamber in the future. Can you just give us
That's right. I mean, we do think that there is scope for a considered conversation, and we believe that this should happen in the Constitutional Convention, in a new Constitutional Convention, around whether or not we want one or two chambers. We think that that needs thought in a calm way, and it shouldn't just come from the politicians. We believe that citizens need to be involved in figuring that out and coming up with a proposal. But, you know, as things stand, we could not, under any circumstances, recommend to people that they retain the Seanad as it is. We just couldn't. I mean, for one thing, the majority of citizens don't even get to vote for people into the Seanad as it currently is. But so we're arguing for the abolition of that. But we're also mindful that there could be and should be a conversation around whether two chambers is preferable for the governance, not just of this state, but also looking forward to the time when Ireland is reunited and when we're looking for good government and good models of government for all of Ireland, north, south, east and west.